everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation, energy, life energy coach under the sun. Reason why there's no such coaching program like my coaching program, because I've created it myself. And another very important reason is because no coach on planet Earth spends as much time with or on their clients like I do. True story, 2 to 3 times per week is the frequency with which I rendezvous with all of my clients, either via Zoom or via telephone call. Everything is recorded for posterity. The Zoom sessions you will have to download because, there's only so much storage that I can keep in my memory. But ultimately for you to see your progress in action. And re-listen to the session afterwards. So there's a plethora of audios that you're walking away from the coaching with, and the pure understanding of what needs to happen from here on. 2 to 3 months is what I recommend in my coaching, and this is enough time for me to cover my coaching program, but to also either have you already in the process of manifesting, already manifested, or at the very least shift your perspective so much so that you have a completely different vibration, completely different understanding of why things didn't work out before and why you feel differently now. That to me is the accomplishment of anybody that wants to manifest what they want to manifest, and for you to have zero doubts at all on what you need to focus on going forward. So that I will deliver. Now, some people take longer, which is totally fine with me. If you feel you need to stay on longer, there's no shame in that, right? So sometimes we cover everything. There's all the tricks of the coaching that I teach, all the steps. But some people just really want to hold on a little bit longer so that they feel secure. And that's perfectly fine because you are making sure that you don't need to revisit this again. Okay, so that is what I wanted to say about that. The entry-level coaching packages are on my website. The monthly audios, which are a deeper conversation about magic spells, energy manipulation, remote viewing. I get into the stuff that I never got into on my channel, and that the ideas that I really wanted to discuss, and at which point I got derailed by this SP requests. But I feel like the orchestration of this was really good because I actually want to publish this as a book. So as a offering, I offer these 12 videos a month, 3 times per week, sent to you directly via email, where it's like an entry-level coaching. Literally, you get the exercises, you get the understanding, a much deeper understanding. Now, of course, without interacting with me. The same thing goes for the video school. You're not interacting with me, but they're pre-recorded material of what I go through in my coaching, and all the exercises are there. And pretty, the response I got was excellent. And that was really surprising to me because I was, I don't know how it's going to work because I'm not there. There's no feedback. And whilst that is irreplaceable entirely, still this is a package that has done tremendously well. And I've gotten crazy feedback on it. So that's something if you can't come into coaching, but if you want to come into coaching, you need to sign the coaching agreement. It's attached to every single package. If you want to book an hour first and then embark on the month-to-month journey with me, that is completely fine. I can even apply it to the sum total. But essentially, you need to be ready to work. You need to take this time with me seriously and make the most out of it and not rebuttal me. If it worked for you the way you're doing things right now, it would have already worked, right? So let me just do it my way. That is not to say, and this is another thing I really wanted to say, that it's a dictatorship. I totally listen to what my client is telling me. However, I do strongly suggest, let's just say it like that, you accept certain things as as homework, as some preparation techniques, some suggestions that I give, take them to heart. You don't have to, but I strongly suggest, just like I said. So apologies for being late. I had an emergency client, so duty calls. But so we will. I already handled the class, so we will just do an hour as I promised everybody. And I handled the class already. So my clients are my priority as always. Excuse me. Wow, that's hot. My assistant just did this. Okay, so I'll say hello to everybody. So first of all, the topic of today is how to always get what you want. Hi, Ketvi. To the ready with the rant. I love it. So funny. Ricky Jigs, I will be booking a session with you soon, working my way up to it. Okay, sounds good to me. Yara, hi, Anna. Hi, Yara. Okay, so I also promised some stories of manifesting whilst, traveling dimensions, traveling timelines, and this and that. And I think I will use the stories to illustrate. That's what kind of inspires me right now. So understand that every time that something doesn't go your way, you can redo it. That would be the number one situation. Like, you don't have to accept it as final. Like, Neville Goddard spoke about this quite a bit. But it truly, like, I really tasted that freedom of choice in the last, I don't know, nine years, I would say, in the time that I've been a coach. My frequency elevated, and we spoke about like my change in diet and this and that. And listen, there's no right thing. Like, when I shared that I'm not drinking alcohol anymore, already almost a year, by the way, and that helps me be more of me. But you do you. Always go with what resonates with you. But for me, I found that was important because that's what I felt like it was important. It doesn't have to be for you, okay? So it has to do with jumping realities, but again, I became more aware of how to never accept what is in front of you as a final result. That truly came to me when I started being passionate about things. So I think going into this, you really need to accept that you have to be passionate about something. You really have to give a shit a lot. Okay? If you're lukewarm about it, you don't have enough passion to move worlds. And you don't have enough passion or dedication to affect your reality, to jump timelines. Okay? Always, Shakur, hi there, I need to have session. Yes, you can, the information is below if you want to book. It's on my website, so you could do that. But don't forget to sign the coaching agreement by hand. So I was looking for a house sometime, oh my God, no, what, 7 years ago? No, before that, 8 years ago, something like this. For a couple of years, I was looking for a house. I said to myself, I don't want to live in an apartment anymore. I want to live in a house. And that was ballsy because, like, if I told this to my surrounding back then, and it's like I talked about, like, when you elevate your frequency, your friends and your surroundings change. It's very true. It's just true. Be ready to shed some skin in the sense that when you're elevating and asking for bigger things, not everybody's going to come with you. And that should be perfectly fine. And I understand, there's emotion and do, but it just comes with the territory of being of a higher vibration. Not everybody's going to come with you. And so I created that desire, and that desire, parenthesis here, like when I was thinking about how I'm going to explain it, all of the desires that you have today, they started out a lot sooner, like a lot earlier. Some of them in your childhood. So it goes back to the kind of presentation that you had back then of what is possible, what is not possible. Nevertheless, a lot of the desires, if you're so like really follow it through in your memory, they start out in childhood. And I remembered vividly, like right when I was thinking about how I'm going to talk about it, I spoke about growing up in Europe, and I lived in Italy, in Milan. And one of the times that somebody had a birthday, we had to go to her house, and it was a townhouse. Like, her family literally owned a fucking townhouse. And it was marvelously remodeled. And I wasn't jealous, but at the time, like my family, like my own family, was experiencing like financial difficulty. And particularly like my father's business wasn't having a good few years, let's just say it like that. And I wasn't jealous, but it was inspirational to me. Like, that's, look at this, like somebody could live like this. And I remembered like a lot of things happened to me in that time. Like, I decided to come to New York at 15 because I was like reading a paper, not paper, magazine, and Sinatra's song. Somebody was talking about New York and Sinatra, in the same breath. And if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. So I was like, that's it. I'm going to New York and I'm buying a fucking townhouse. I'm not even joking. I'm so serious. Like, at that moment, at 15 years of age, like I was like, this is what the fuck I'm doing. So cut two, it wasn't such a new desire, in other words. It's been circulating in my mind for some time. But suddenly, like, I kind of like revamped it, if you want. And because I met some people who had townhouses, that was really inspiring to me. Some of my clients have townhouse, and I was just like really inspired. So I was looking for a couple of years, and something would not be what I wanted it to be. And for literally 2 years I was just like, disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. And then finally I was like, I teach people how to do these things. Let me just not like go on another showing, but let me just like zero in on what I want. And what I did is exactly what I'm going to explain to you, and hopefully, like, literally, this should do it. And if you don't understand something, then come into my coaching and we'll do it in a personalized way for you. I wrote down my gratitude list. Now, my gratitude list at the time already had things that I was really grateful for, but this is going to be a transition for me, like large transition from renter to owner, okay, kind of deal. So that's a huge situation now, coming from a renter to an owner of a fucking townhouse, like even bigger of a jump, right? So that was not intimidating to me because I knew anything was possible, but still, just, kind of like emphasizing the kind of jump that I created. And so I was looking at different things, this and that. And then finally, I did a few things. Now, at the time, I didn't have a fireplace. I had no fucking business to have a fireplace. I bought a bundle of wood. I placed it in like somewhere on display. And every time people would come in, they would be like, what the fuck are you doing? You're crazy. I was just like, this is decoration. Don't worry about it. I did the gratitude list. And in the gratitude list, I incorporated the neighborhood that I want to live in, the flowers, Central Park, doobadoo, doobadoo, doobadoo. Now, all of these things really inspire me. The woods, the oak trees, the this, the that. Gratitude for everything so far, very important. All these things, and really like created this like list of things that really made me feel like I was expanding. I don't know how else to explain this. And so this went on for some time, let's just say. It went on for, let me see. Once I decided, the other thing that I did, I decided exactly the features: high ceilings, white walls, the sunny, exposure, the highlight, the skylight, the this, the that, and of course location. So then it became like really alive in my mind, and I literally in my mind, like I already saw this house. I don't know how. It just like these vibrations, like why I explained the high vibration list and all the things that I put on it. This is so powerful because the universe will suck you into that reality where all of this will transpire. Everything that you put on the list. Now, I didn't have an exact location, but I knew like like a few blocks of the city where like literally I would be extremely happy, let's just say, to be in. I was not in that area before, but I really admired this area, and for some time. And so I stopped forcing it entirely, in that, not really forcing, but I stopped looking. Okay. And so on the day that I found this house, it was like it came to me. Okay. I was simply checking my email, and one of the brokers that I haven't spoken to before emailed me. Okay. And he said, I know you're in the market. Da, 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 da. And I connected him with my broker, and it just literally came on the market that day. And it just happened so that I had the choice to kind of like stay, to continue renting. My contract was up, in a very short period of time, or I had to renew, or I had to like buy this house, basically speaking. I literally had like a few days, like maybe like a week, something like that. And by Yara. And so in that week, okay, basically, like once I did that for a month, I did that. Saw the house in that week, closed on the house, moved into the house. Just like that, within, I don't know, a couple of days. So I was not accepting that, okay, there isn't a house for me. I was not accepting that, oh, it's a big jump. I was not accepting that the location, by the way, was more than perfect. Okay, that even the price was exactly what I wanted it to be. Even the, just everything was perfect, like to the point where when I showed up, I was like, wow, this is literally a replica of what I wanted to create. Nothing was wrong. Like I literally was walking around and I was like, I want to find something wrong, but I can't kind of deal. So what did that? Like literally, I was mind blown. What did that? What did that? It was a refusal to spend another 2 years, first of all, looking, being deliberate, creating this positive vibration in that I'm creating it. I'm not waiting for it to appear, meaning to kind of like me for it to chase it down. I'm creating it. I already know it exists 100%. It's already built for me. And I swear, like when I saw the house, I was like, I've passed by this block like so many times. How come I didn't see this house before? In 2 years, I would like literally calmed down the entire neighborhood. How come I didn't see this house? It was as if it was built for me, but it's been here for like over 100 years. Hi, Morgan. So, any questions thus far? This is a story I already told on my website channel. But I wanted to talk about it because I refuse to just, spend another 2 years and to tell more people, because there are more people now on my channel, how easy it really is to jump realities because you're so committed. I only did it for a month, okay? Now you can say, okay, Anna, it's easy for you. It's not easy for me. You can still build up to this frequency that you're creating. So this is what you're doing the entirety of time, whether it's your SP, whether it's whatever it is that you're creating. Maybe it's health, maybe it's, money and this and that. You're building it up. You're building it out in your mind. Like I spoke in my audio, I think it was yesterday, that you're starting with the foundation. And the foundation is making up your mind about what you want, first of all, but how it's going to feel over there. Like in my head, I was already in my house. Okay. Now there are certain similarities between like where I lived, like the kind of situation I lived in already. There are certain similarities. So borrow what you can and leave out what you don't want to. Okay. And building that foundation becomes the number one thing. In other words, if you build this vibration, if you introduce things like literally everything came true on my list, like not for nothing, I'm a block away, not even a block away. I'm right next to Central Park and all these things simply because I incorporated Central Park. Do all these things, like it was my life, kind of like in a gratitude list. So, and it was easy. That was another requirement from me. It was easy. Like, I don't want to fucking chase it. I don't want to sweat it. Everything lined up kind of deal. And let me tell you something. There are more good things because of this happened, because But there were other surprises, let me just say it like that, along the way, happy surprises. But literally, it was like the universe like catered to me. So again, how do you build this vibration? You need to make up your mind about what it is you want and how it's going to feel when you get there. So let's just say you're staring at something completely in opposition of what you want to create. Okay, you're staring at divorce, let's just say, and you don't want to divorce this person. You're staring at a breakup and you want to bring that person back. You haven't heard from them. You want to start talking to them again. All these things, something completely opposite, right? So right now, right here, yeah, we are in agreement. You don't have what you want. But how to always get what you want? Ignore what you're seeing right now and start creating a different vibration. Yes, being in the shed show situation that you may be today, start creating the vibration anyway. I already spoke about this, the most powerful trick to switch timelines is by ignoring completely this one. It's kind of like in the Bible, what do I have to do with thee? It's like when Jesus said that to Mary and people like misinterpreted, he's just in another state, in a completely different state. Like, what do I have to do with any of this situation? Absolutely fucking nothing. I'm already in my townhouse. I'm already in Barbados, like people say with the Neville Goddard fans. Raj, hi, I subscribed, you big fan. Thank you. Sorry, 1 second. Yes, delusion, but most importantly, just like I started saying, passion. Passion. Chances are you've had this dream of yours, this goal of yours for quite some time, right? So it's not a feeling of I'm over fucking due, the universe fucking owes me this shit. No, not like this. What I personally did is I needed to detach from this, oh, I've been looking for so long and there's nothing out there for me. Like a thought started creeping in like that, like what the fuck? I've seen like 12 homes and none of them are, they were nice homes, don't get me wrong, but it was just something off every time and I wasn't feeling it, It wasn't my vibe situation. As soon as I saw this house, I was like, this is mine. And even the so-called drawbacks, it was not really a drawback. It was just not maintained the way that I would have wanted it to. Yeah, so it was perfect for me. It was in accord with my own vibration. Somebody's blasting music so loud, my walls are vibrating. Outside, mind you. I don't know if you can hear it. It's crazy. It's nice weather today in Manhattan and people are, I guess, happy. I don't know. Can you hear it? Anyway, so the movement is the movement. Like when people say there is no movement, the movement is completely emotional. What kinds of emotions are you feeling? Are you giving in to this situation that, oh yeah, I have been looking or I have been manifesting my SP for so long? Disconnect from that. I've been doing this for so long. Just what are you doing here and now? How deliberate are you becoming? So I had to disconnect from this situation of I've been looking for 2 years and blah, blah, blah. Fuck that shit. Right here, right now, I'm brand new. This was my mentality. I made it a big deal of practicing what I wanted to practice first thing in the morning. I would be there. I don't know how else to explain. I would be in my house. I would go to bed and be in my house. I'm falling asleep in my house. I didn't visually kind of quite see. I know I like white walls, and so the white walls it was, and this and that, and some kind of impression started sinking into my mind. But I had to feel brand new for this brand new creation to seep into my world. So how do you prepare this manifestation? You get ready for it emotionally. If right now you're feeling really shitty about how long it took you to get this far or that it isn't happening, you need to wipe that clean. This is what I do in my coaching when we work on drama, trauma, panorama. The palette has to be cleansed. It just has to. No one's going to do it for you. You're going to have to work at it, right? So like I can tell you what to do, but are you going to do it? It's another story, right? Most people do, but some people, it's whatever. It's a challenge. And I understand, like, sometimes it's not because they don't want to. It's because it's challenging. This is why, like I said in the beginning, If you need more time, that's perfectly fine. But the movement that you need to create is emotional. So as long as your emotions are not moving, they're not inviting anything new. So it's up to you. Just remember, if nothing is moving, your emotions aren't moving. Move your emotions and you will move mountains. And I was so like really determined to create that. I would walk in the neighborhood, when I would walk with my dog. I would go to the pastry shops around this area, just kind of like made it my business to be like acting as if kind of situation. And within a month, it came to me kind of deal. Okay, the same deal with, for example, in the middle of, actually, no, not right before COVID. I wanted to create a relationship. I was just getting out of a marriage that was, oh my God. On paper, we were still married, and that took a whole long situation. But, haven't seen him in, I don't know, 10 years or something. And finally arranged that, and I wanted to create love in my life. And that's how I met my man. Okay, I literally did one night just musing with passion. I'm ready for something new now. I want it to be like this, and like that. I want him to look like this and like that. I even like ordered what he does for a living and all these kinds of things. And, if you come into my coaching, I will go into more detail. I just feel uneasy when I'm discussing my personal life now on YouTube, publicly, for various reasons, not because of me per se. And it was exactly what I meant. And it literally took me 2 weeks to manifest him. Now, look, is your creation always going to be 100% perfect? Don't wait for it. You can always rework it in real time. Okay, so if you got your manifestation, and let's just say the first blush of it happens to be that it's not entirely ideal, there's certain reworkings to do, beautiful. So, whatever it is, the situation, maybe you need to take a break. Maybe you need to just rework it. I find it personally, it's easier to rework somebody at a distance because it's too much in your face, and it's just recurring confirmation of what you want to change. This is why I always say, if you're in no communication with your guy or girl, it's the easiest shit to start manifesting a different version that you prefer. You don't really want that version. You want some other version. So, but to get what you want is easy. Is easy when you're focused, even if something is staring at you in opposition. So in other words, when I was manifesting my guy, I was single as could fucking be. All right. And I haven't been dating at that point because I was so busy. I was so, busy, just didn't think like that. And quite frankly, the divorce was a little bit tumultuous and I just didn't, my heart wasn't in it. But at the time, I was single, but 2 weeks later, I wasn't single anymore. Okay, we just like met and started seeing each other right away, kind of deal. And that's actually also what I wanted, right? So you have to be specific. And if you are alone today, whether you're manifesting a brand new SP or you want to bring back an SP, brilliant, rework them. This is what I want in my new SP. This is how it's going to feel to me to be in the presence of this new SP. This is how they're going to treat me this time around. And remember, this is just a creation. There's no real kind of agenda against you other than the one that you start expecting, right? So in other words, if you need to take a break from this person, like right now, okay, a lot of you probably not in communication with their SPs who are listening in. I know that. But what if you are misinterpreting the situation? What if you literally created the separation on purpose for you to learn things? And I think this is how everybody should see the separation with their SPs, not as a punishment, not as a condemnation. Like either way, it's voluntary, the creation. If you are doing it in 3D or mentally, subconsciously, That's another dialogue. But either way, you're creating it. So taking charge more of what it is you want and acting on it, right? So, all right, so this was not the person, this was not the version that I wanted. Otherwise, this version would be right now in your life, right? So, like I spoke in my audio last night or yesterday, it isn't that, oh, I lost my thought. Sorry. 1 second. Totally forgot. Live on YouTube. It's Saturday night. Still come to me. The version that you experienced before is not what you preferred. So unconsciously you disconnected with them. So I think that in and of itself needs to be reworked in your mind, that it wasn't forced on you, but it was supposed to be this way. Oh, I just remembered. You're always already perfect, whether or not you're admitting to yourself that you're perfect and that there's nothing wrong with you is another story. So that's the mind work to get there. This is why people get coaching with me, to get and to understand yourself more and to see that there's nothing wrong with you other than the fact that you think that there is, and to be really, to see your value, to respect yourself, to really create new relationships that really reflect that. Okay, so that is always intact. In other words, it's you yourself who disconnected from that version because unconsciously you knew that that is not the fucking version you wanted there. Okay, so now what you're going to do, in other words, you were not rejected. You were not rejected. You were not appreciating yourself and created this version that was half baked. That is okay. Okay, go back and rework it. Go back and rework it. Don't discard your desire. Go back and rework it. And now this time around, come back with fresh energy, with anticipation, with passion, with feeling brand new. Now, of course, like people tell me, oh, Anna, sometimes it's so hard. You know, if you're forcing it, yeah, I agree. But if you're passionate about an idea, you never get tired of thinking about it. It depends on if you're forcing yourself to feel good. Yeah, I agree. But there's ways to shoehorn yourself into feel good feelings without forcing yourself. And that's also what I teach in coaching. Because I agree, if you've been feeling miserable, I don't know for how long, maybe for decades. I've heard everything in my coaching. And now you are asking of yourself to feel like elated and, over the moon happy. Yeah, totally. That is very hard and arduous. But if you get there step by step by step, and you understand, again, going back to the analogy of the house being built, that for a while you're not going to see anything. When you're working on your foundation, if you know that you're doing it emotionally, that your emotions are moving, and you trust that this is doing something, and you're working on your belief system, and you're putting in new rules of your reality, that it's easy, that it's simple, that I don't have to work hard for it, it's just energy work is what I'm doing, which I also teach in my coaching, then things become a lot more fun, right? Because with that belief system that you're pouring into the foundation of your metaphorical house, it's easy to create. So that part is arduous, but the creation itself is not. It really isn't. It's just becoming deliberate, just like I said, for a short period of time. And look, but so how much fun, right? To start with that though, this understanding that it's up to you, right? If you invest in yourself, this will produce dividends that all of your creations will be effortless. That's the story. That's the story. If you are not giving up on continuing to invest in yourself and knowing that everything is coming from you, and some of you, not for nothing, really need to take action in 3D. There is such a thing. You don't just sit on a couch or a sofa and expect like delivery like Amazon. There's some action that needs to be done. Like even if it's like writing down some things, even if it's getting coaching, even if it's getting into a good mood, that's fucking action. Okay, or buying a bundle of wood. Okay, that's action too. Uh, the questions, the pressing questions of people. Is it your real color eyes or contact lenses? My real color. If you knew me even a little bit, you would know this question is nonsensical. Anyway, any questions thus far? Be very quiet today. Getvi is laughing. Like I'm out to impress somebody, don't you know? with my lenses. It's very important to know. Okie dokie. Very important to know. I'm glad that I could help you with this very important information. Oh, Lord. You face very nice. Really super cute friend. Okay. Anyway, Katvi, you have questions? Okay, I think you've heard these stories before. Since there's nobody else talking. A very cute friend. So the other thing that really works for me, and I will explain my latest shift. Like I said, don't kid with the universe. It's a motherfucker. Don't kid with the universe. And sometimes it's just like I keep like going back to that, like I really have to pay attention how much energy is no joke. That's all I have to say. How energy is really so powerful that I need to keep that in mind, not to do too much of it, because sometimes it's overwhelming. Like the jumping itself, you feel a little bit disoriented. You feel a little bit like your body's catching up with something kind of deal. I felt weird for a couple of days. And I know precisely, like it was simultaneous with that story with the townhouse that they're still, by the way, remodeling. So they never, it was definitely a glitch. That was, I mean, when I walk my dog around there, as I said before, and when I walk by there, I'm just like, I have chills down my spine. But anyway, where was I? Katvi, I love the watch what you say stories. Yes, and glitch stories. Hello from India. Hello. If I could just communicate, every time I sit down to record an audio for my channel, if I could just communicate that it's so freaking easy if you just make friends with yourself. This is the one thing that, like, kind of like the thread that keeps showing up for me, like with channeling and everything, that you don't really have to become perfect. You just have to be perfect for yourself. Like, not to really talk yourself into it, but to actually genuinely enjoy who you are being, and with your past and everything. And in some cases it's difficult, but listen, I've had some situations also. And when you have this purity of energy, you're able then to go higher in frequency. Okay. So with that, then it is easy. You just have to literally write something down and maybe visualize, maybe go into meditation. But it's so there, you can basically touch it with your fingertips, And again, have to really stress the passion, have to really stress the desire for you to create this, and the feeling, right? Like Neville would say, the feeling that would be yours. But it's more than a feeling. It's you're embarking onto this journey into a new world, and now you can feel this world. You can feel what it feels like to be this person operating from this belief system, having that house, having that boyfriend, having that husband, the money, whatever the fuck you're working on right now. Hi, Lista. Hi from Nottingham, England. Hello. I love British people. Where was I? Yeah, the desire will carry you through to whatever it is you're doing. And if you're stubborn about it, just like I said, everything around you can crash down and you don't care because you know what's coming next. Here's the other thing that really helps me. feeling like it's your birthday every single day and that the universe caters to you no matter what. Like your desire, your wish is not only the command, but it's its pleasure to give it to you. It's like, it's your father's pleasure to give you the kingdom kind of deal. Like, what do you want? To every day is your birthday. Like, what do you want? Just name it and it's yours. And for some people, again, it's like an audacious proposition because they're not used to, they didn't grow up like this. They're not used to thinking this way. But it literally works. And I noticed specifically around my birthday, okay, things come true that it's like this, like this, like this, like this, because I literally am aware that it's my birthday. But as a reminder, if you want to remind yourself, if you're manifesting something, like every day is my birthday. Going forward, every day is my birthday. Do you speak Russian? Yes, I speak 5 languages. I like how these are the questions. I'm like, here's how to get everything you want. No, they want to know about my Russian. Which is so funny. It's funny, funny, funny. The other thing that's really funny to me, side note here, every time I put out a video, and I noticed it like from the beginning, anything that has to do with your own, like your confidence, forgiveness, or anything other than SP, basically, and having to do more with SP, well, in this case, having to do more with you than SP, does not get as much attention. Why that is, I will never understand. Because I think the misconception, the idea here is that people are misinformed that it starts with somebody else, that your happiness starts with somebody else. And yeah, I just do, sorry for my moving around here. I do what I can in order to reverse this perception in people's minds, because you're completely the wrong position of energy. This is why you're not getting your way. George Bonilla or Bonilla, I don't know. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. Been 4 months in separation from my wife. No contact and having difficulty with negative thoughts and forgiveness for her and myself. I tried revision, but it doesn't come natural to me. Yeah. Okay. So maybe you should book a session with me. Do you want to go back with your wife? I'm assuming yes, since you're here. And you're not divorced yet, right? So yeah, it's easy. Oh my God, good luck to me reading this name. I'm not even going to attempt. Malsomzila? Sorry. Mal, can I call you Jimmy? Anyway, Mal, hi. Anyway, nice, almost. Right, so the forgiveness and the revision, they go hand in hand of a person. You would have to deal with forgiveness first, because I feel like it's harder to start imagining a new version if you're still dragging on like the drama that happened between you. And I know this from my personal experience. Irregardless of who it is, the drama doesn't serve you, period, as a manifester. And you will find that there's always, so the class that I have on forgiveness and on revision is exactly that. So you have to find something for which you're grateful for, even with this person, and make the emphasis more on the good things about them, whilst trying to find compassion towards the things that were not so lovely. That's in short. And so, but what I do one-on-one, whether it's a class or a coaching, I explain how to do that in your own situation. And so that's the intricacies of coaching. And this is why coaching is so powerful, because there's only so much you can get from videos or even this interaction, rather than, one-on-one discussing certain intimate details and then restructuring it in your mind. What you're doing in coaching is you're redoing your mind, and the new perspective will help you manifest anything. But it's like two people can look at the same situation, and one can be completely resigned and given up and this and that, and another one sees an opportunity if they rework how they think about it. Okay. George says that makes sense. Thank you. You're welcome. But like I said, if you need more help, I'm here. Anybody else? Yeah, thank you, Ketvi, for this gibberish to be off screen. A lot less, dare I say out loud, spammers today. How nice. Okay, so I talked about my house. I talked about my man. Don't say I never share. My dog, same thing. I spoke about this too. But I got my dog again miraculously. So I scripted. This was when I was, I just left my drug addict ex-boyfriend, this and that. And I scripted it over and over again. At that time, I wasn't coaching, so I was still kind of like perfecting my own methods. Today, I wouldn't script over and over again unless you really want to. And I bought him, I got prepared, like the bowls for the food, bowls for water, the collar, the leash, toys, blah, 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 the pee-pee pads and all this kind of jazz before even having any dog. Like no dog was promised to me. And again, I was going through these interviews and, I went the route of AKC, American Kennel Club. I wanted a purebred, this and that, from a show dog lineage and da-da-da. And it's only that many that are available in United States of that breed that I wanted. It's an English Cocker in red. They call it red. It's like ginger, And some people said, you're going to have to wait a year. You're going to have to wait 2 years, this and that. And I was like, no, I'm going to get my dog this year kind of deal. And like maybe 25 breeders I spoke to, and none of them would have me for some reason, or I didn't like them. Okay. So I've given up on that shit. And I was like, you know what? Let it just come to me. And let's just say this was, I don't know, maybe May, I've given up. In September, somebody reached out to me and said, I have exactly this color, male, he's ready to go. He just needs to stay here for like a month or something because that's the proper age. And he was, that's it. That is how I got my dog. No drama, perfect, but perfect. Everything I scripted. He was the most beautiful dog, most well-behaved, really, just loving and doesn't destroy shit, in the house. All that really did come true. So it's like you're painting your creations constantly. Like just because you get a no first or didn't succeed at first, you need to reposition the way that you feel. In my mind, I refused to accept what these breeders would tell me. I was just like, I have my dog. Like as I would be working, I would be like pretending that I'm petting my dog. My dog is already here. I don't know what you're talking about. And that is how like being delusional again, right? That point of being delusional and creating on purpose. Like, no, this. I don't care what they say. I don't care what they say at all. In legal situations, in SP situations, in money situations, just because it's not here, right now, does not mean you cannot create it in a very short period of time by concentrating yourself with the proper energy. There, I said it. Any questions? How to create this shift? Have I made it clear? Oh, by the way, and the list of things can also include things that you really enjoy doing, like candles, lighting incense, smelling the roses, going into the bubble bath, taking a shower, going shopping, this and that, playing golf, blah, 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 whatever your passion is. Making that your daily practice to enjoy yourself, to get into the state of gratitude. Like, for instance, I love this candle. I've been talking about it on my channel. Hold on, let me make sure my address is not on here. Look, it's Cade 26. It's made by Le Labo. You see this? Hold on. See? That's the company. It smells... Oh my god, I don't even know how to explain this. It smells absolutely fucking amazing. That's what it smells like. It was created specifically for a hotel downtown. And when I went there for a business lunch one time, I was just like, please tell me what this fucking candle is, because I need it right now. It's $100, but it's worth it. The other one, hold on, oh shit, it's hot. Ew. Is Homeworks pumpkin spice. This one smells pretty good, but not as good as Le Labo. This is like, I don't know, maybe like $20 or something. This is the Slatkin and Co. Sorry, how do I put this down? And you know, I've shared with you the incense that I like. I love incense. Oh God, help me. Dragon blood incense. If you email me, I'll tell you. It's the best dragon blood incense on planet Earth, if I do say so myself, because I know incense inside and out, and only one place has it, and it's really inexpensive. So, you know, things like that, things that you really enjoy, or the foods, or whatever, but engaging in this every single day on purpose, and then fueling this energy towards your manifestation. This is how simple it fucking is. Okay, the rest is noise, and that's the noise that I help people work through so that they leave the fucking noise behind and start creating like the real virtuoso that they are. All right. All right. Unless somebody has a question, I'm going to wrap up. Dragon's blood is a favorite. Yes. It really is. It's so important to have the right combination of like, so it can be different, right? Every incense is different. I don't know. It's so important to have the right balance of whatever the perfumery or whatever the fuck they do to it. I don't know. To make you feel a certain way, because if something really speaks to you in that incense, I just gave some examples, it could be whatever, it doesn't have to be incense, or when you listen to a certain song, or when you whatever, that really creates this ambience of holy shit, bananas, I feel on top of the world, go for it. Go buy that something, go smell that something, go eat that something, go for a walk, go, like, my favorite personally, because I'm so around people and my dog depends on me because he wouldn't let anybody else walk him other than me. My favorite is just going with my newly purchased earpods, even though they're kind of annoying, charging them like every 5 minutes, and going for a walk and just like tune out completely and give myself the space and time and music, and this is like part of my meditation, and that like makes all the difference. Like, if I don't have a walk in my day, I'm fucking cranky. So like right now, right after this, I'm going for fucking walk, and then, you know, we're going to do the class. So that's creating your life as you want it to be. So remember, you're not working for your manifestation. They're working for you whilst you're making yourself happy. If you're upgrading, right? If you're constantly upgrading and you're making your vibration be of a different kind than the one that was before, now the movement will start taking place, and only you can feel what that is. If you're feeling like blah, nothing's going to change. In other words, if you're starting to shift your vibration towards excitement and something you're passionate about, that is the difference. And you know that you just did something. You've literally consciously jumped on a different parallel timeline. Now, can you stay there? Can you continue visiting that timeline? And can you be accepting that this is now your life? That you don't have a price to pay, you don't have anybody to fucking convince. Just because you have this power of feeling this emotion and imagination and all this kind of stuff, this is the only price to pay. Just to imagine it and to feel it. And let's see what happens, kind of deal. Liz V says, my favorite is buying makeup. Yeah, I can relate. Oh my god, I have so much fucking makeup. I use like 10% of it. But I am a makeup artist. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, you're a makeup artist? Can you recommend an eyeliner? An eyeliner, like a really good eyeliner. What's a really good eyeliner? Because now I'm like not even happy with that other eyeliner that I got. I live and breathe it. Yeah. So see, for you, that's the passion. So like for me, I love helping people. Definitely, like really get excited right before my sessions because I know exactly what I'm going to say. I know exactly what we're going to work on. And I definitely get excited when people make progress. Designing, oh my fucking god, I can lose myself in it. Like, you know, no food, no water, no nothing. I could just like design for like 24 hours straight. You know, these kinds of things. Writing music, writing songs, make this an everyday affair for you. Like, this is the one thing that I did for myself ever since, you know, I was a semi-adult, you could say. Like, you know, since, I don't know, 12 or something, you know, 13. Like, I had to invest time into creativity. That is the only way that I was gonna roll, right? But then I had to understand that it's not just creativity, it's a fucking business. And that's another story for another time. Sorry. Liz V, it's funny because I'm looking for the best liner right now. Yeah, I tried the, oh my God, what is her name? Pat McGrath. I don't understand. It goes on the hand so beautifully, but then when I do it on my eye over makeup, it's a disaster. First it was nice, but now I'm just like, "Ugh, enough of this." So I'm looking, okay, liquid or pencil. Liquid makeup forever pencils are good, as well as Laura Mercier. Yeah, I have the oh my god, what's her name? Beckham, Victoria Beckham's pencil. That's pretty good, but I really want something that like I can layer it over and over and over again in between my meetings, touching up my makeup. Yeah, I still have to look fabulous. Yeah, if you find something, let me know. But I've tried literally everything, 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 even the pot. You know, that situation with the brush, I have it all, but none of it really works. I'm so serious. Like one of the eyeliners I had, like, I don't know, 10 years ago or something, I bought it at a drugstore for like $3 and that worked better. I'm so serious, like $3 and it worked like for 2 years worked and it was really easy to use. Perfect brush, perfect everything. I don't know. I might just go to Dwayne Reed. Oh my god. Trixie Metal Line, maybe. What? Let me write it down. Trixie Mattel. I never heard of this. Yeah. So, okay, we're exchanging tips. Trixie. Yeah, that's what I said. Trixie. What did I say? All right. Yeah, I'm using a liquid Milani one, and it's pretty good. All right, that's what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get them all and then just rotate. So that's the simplicity of things. It's very like when the other thing I wanted to say, like it's not so mysterious like what's happening right now with you. Like sometimes people really just tell me, even in session, like, no, I'm totally over it, I'm totally fine, I'm on board with my manifestations, this and that. And while I understand that it could be like a line like this and you can keep going higher, the honesty that you really will have, or should have, I should say, with yourself about who you are and how you feel at that moment is going to really propel you. In other words, don't say to yourself that, oh, I'm on top of the world and all my troubles are gone and no fear thoughts are coming up. But rather having this delicate dance with yourself of being totally understanding of yourself. Like, this right here is too okay. That I'm feeling right now overwhelmed or sad or this, that, and the other. Don't make it bad. Okay, it's like the song by Beatles, Hey Jude, don't make it bad. It's exactly like that. Just be so loving towards yourself, that allow yourself to feel these human emotions without thinking that, oh yeah, something's gonna go awry, and like, this punishment, right, for being imperfect. And that's something like I spoke about in the last audio. Don't look for that. It doesn't exist. Like when you start to idolize somebody or want to be like somebody, like, the powerful manifester is a person who makes even those things work to their advantage, and doesn't condemn them. Like there's a part of me, sometimes me, Anna, that feels sadness, temporary, maybe 5-10 minutes, but I'm not like, oh, I gotta dust off and be perfect and camera ready for my manifestations. Like, no, that's part of life. Like, I'm not gonna stay there for a long time. If you stay there, then yeah, it's a fucking problem. But allowing those feelings to wash through you rather than get stuck and affect your manifestations for years in some cases, or decades, that's the whole difference. So being kind to yourself throughout the process of, if I have a day or a minute or a few minutes or a half hour or an hour where I feel off kilter, that is okay, and then going back and kind of like, okay, now I'm going to shoehorn myself with the candles, with the this, with the that, into feeling good again and get back on the wagon of manifestation. Not that you fell off, but just this is the energy you're going to offer to your manifestation, rather than freaking out that, oh my God, my manifestation is going to get fucked up. That makeup line is vegan. I wanted to read that message, Ketvi. I wanted to see who I look like. Ketvi just like... And that makeup line is vegan as well. Okay. I don't know what that means when people say a makeup line is vegan. But anyway. And the other thing, really quick, because some clients have asked me that and this and that. With the... it's okay, Kat. With the, whatever's going on right now, I don't even want to say his name. You know what's going on in the entertainment world. Do not watch that shit. Do not give it power. It's being taken care of. Relax. Don't worry about it. Don't bring in that energy into your world. I don't watch shit like that. I don't give a shit. I have compassion for people, but look, does it have to become part of my vibration? They will take care of themselves. I'm glad that they're having justice now and all this kind of shit. But getting sucked into these situations, no, thank you. You know what I mean? Because you're watching the videos, this and that. Go do something for yourself today. If it's nighttime for you tomorrow and this and that, do something that will really elevate your mood and will start out this new journey for you to embark on this fresh journey of manifesting what it is you want, that you've been manifesting for a long time, but now do it more deliberately and override even the no, or the no contact, or the this or the that. Just start your journey today. Oh, no animals oils used. Oh, I didn't know that they used animal oils. Ugh. Sorry. Thanks, Get That's gross, but all right. Thank you for that. All right, you guys. So if you need any guidance as far as how my coaching works, just there's a video, or if you have any questions, just email me. To be in coaching, you do need to pre-book and sign the coaching agreement, and then communicate with me when you can start the first session. Okay, and like I said, choose between Zoom and the phone call. Okay, but everything will be recorded. Katvi goes, can be gross if you look into some cosmetics. Oh God, no, I don't want to put that in my head. I don't want to put that in my head. That is not, no. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Kat V. And thank you, Liz V. On that note, right? Kat V goes, on that note, thanks for today. Here's something I will leave you with. Doesn't make me special, okay, that I'm having this channel, that I'm coaching people, that this and that and the other. It only means that I understand something. You can understand it also. You can apply it in your life also. It's not for the few elites. It's for everybody. It doesn't make me special. I just got some things early on in my childhood with my grandma that opened the door for my curiosity, where it's like, I knew it. This 3D bullshit is not all we have. So just remember that nothing went wrong. You didn't lose anything. It's just temporary, and you can override it with a new creation in which you have everything that you wanted up until today. So at no time do you become a loser or anything like that. You just happen to be in a parallel reality where this something is not visible to you. Doesn't mean, though, that in the next week or in the next few days, this cannot change. So it's always at your doorstep. Go ahead and start today to start creating it with purpose. Okay, and don't give up on your manifestations. Thank you very much for watching. Until next week. Bye bye. Ciao, ciao. Bye, Kat.